I didn't expect Norway to change me this much, but here we are. I've only been living here for a little while, but already I've picked up so many habits that I would have never expected to have adopted. So these are the Norwegian habits that I have picked up without even knowing. Alright, so the first habit I've picked up on since being in Norway is saying the word oi without even thinking about it. And I have literally never heard or said this word in my entire life, right? Never heard about it until coming to Norway. And now I've caught myself saying oi all the time. For example, if I bump into someone, oi. If someone drops something, oi. If something's interesting, oi. Like I just say it all the time because in the US or in English, we don't have an equivalent for this word. You know, we'll say, oh my God, or wow, that's so cool, or OMG, like we'll say all these expressions. But in Norway, you basically say all those, right? All those, and you can just say oi for all of it. So it's so easy, and you can just say that, and it means all that, and people understand it. And I've heard it so much throughout Norway. You know, so many Norwegians say that every time, you know, every time they drop something or something happens, they're always saying that word. So I've said it without even realizing I'm saying it. I just start saying it. I've started saying it. I've picked up on it. So that was the first habit. All right, so the next habit I've picked up on is being okay with long pauses during conversations. Now, back in the US, whenever people would be talking and there would be a moment of silence or pause, people would fill that immediately with small talk, right? And that's common because in the US, silence during conversations can be very awkward. You know, I've experienced that and I can tell you it is very awkward. But in Norway, this is common. You know, people will take 5, 6, even 7 seconds to just be quiet during a conversation, which was a huge change for me, right? Because I've definitely experienced small talk or conversations where it's awkward after everyone's quiet, right? People will be quiet and then you're just stuck there like confused and awkward. But in Norway, I've actually experienced just being quiet during a conversation. You know, someone will say something, I'll stop talking, I'll be silent, and I'll think about what they're saying. You know, I'll decide what I'm going to say next. And it's actually very calm because it makes me feel like I don't have to, you know, fill the conversation all the time. I don't have to speak all the time. I can just take a second, you know, think what I'm going to say next. And it's not awkward. It's normal, right? It's just normal to do that here. Yeah, what a change. But that's a habit I picked up on. All right, so the next habit I've picked up on is being non-confrontational to an extreme. So back in the US, whenever there was an issue with a certain item, for example, at a restaurant, at a cafe, or even just someone cutting you in line, people would speak up about that. They'd be like, hey, you know, don't do that, or could I have a new drink because something was wrong with it? But something I've noticed in Norway and have been told is Norwegians are the opposite. If there's something wrong with anything, you know, with their drink, their item, whatever they get, they will not confront the person. They'll just accept it and continue on with their day. And I remember this very well because I ordered a drink at a cafe one time and I got it wrong. But then instead of just saying, oh, you know, there's something wrong, I was just like calm and like, okay, you know, I just continued with my day. And I think that's such a great mindset because one, it avoids conflict, you know, maybe arguments can start. And two, it's just easier. You just, you know, sometimes people mess up and mistakes are okay. So that's another habit I've definitely picked up on is being non-confrontational. All right, and the last habit I've picked up on is something that I have never seen and never done in my entire life, never even heard about. And this is picking berries. So back in the US, I mean, I have never done it, never heard of it. I don't think anyone does it. Maybe some people do, but a majority of people do not do this. And in Norway, I remember when I first came here in the summer, I was going on a hike in the forest and I just saw people picking berries. And at first, I was so confused. I thought maybe they're doing this for like a project or something, but no. I learned that Norwegians love to pick their berries, especially in the summer when they are so nicely grown and they taste amazing. And they'll go out with their baskets, just pick berries, and they'll make various things with those berries. They'll make sauces, you know, dressings, even something to drink. So I thought this was so interesting and I'd never done something, and now I started doing it and I love doing it. It's one of my favorite things to do, just go in the forest, pick some nice berries, and I do it all the time. Well, when it's the best time to do it. So that was something I picked up on. So all these habits I've picked up on have been so interesting and something that I never thought I would have adopted. But as I live in Norway more and more, there are just so many different habits that I keep finding myself adopting, right? And they're so simple, yet so amazing. And I love all of them. I love saying all of them. I love doing all of them. I think Norway is such a cool place filled with so many different cultural norms that I just haven't adopted to since I'm from the US. But as I live here, I hope to adopt many, many more habits. I'm sure I will, of course. And I just hope that there are so many more that I discover because I love discovering them and being a part of the Norwegian culture. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and make sure you subscribe because we have some amazing videos coming on the channel. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, night, morning, evening. Peace. Signing off, Nicolas. Peace.